So, spiritual healing in Parashat Devarim. We're starting a whole new book. And Devarim is all about Moshe's rebuke, and about rebuke mainly for the lack of Emunah. We need a lot of Emunah to live in Israel. When we were first married, I tried to make a budget. I write all our estimated income, aliyah support, tutoring, my husband's occasional private patients on one side of the paper, and all our expenses on the other. No matter how hard I tried, I could not get the numbers to match up. So I crumpled the paper, threw it in the garbage, and raised my arms to Hashem, praying, Hashem, please take care of us. And it worked. I don't know exactly how, since we're both yeshiva students, full-time students. Whenever people will ask, how do you manage financially? I would raise my head and say, Hashem. And that's the truth. And I experienced that. We lived this way, believe it or not, for 7 full years. And this experience is that so strongly in my soul, it has imprinted the rest of our lives. Whenever I face these thorny challenges, not knowing how to entangle myself from worry and pain, I tap into this latent Emunah buried in my experiential memory of living directly by the hand of Hashem. But sometimes the Yetzer Hara makes us forget that Hashem is in charge of everything, and since He's ultimately good, everything that happens to us must be for the good. When we feel abandoned to chance, we can strengthen our Emunah by tapping into our past experiences like the one I had. I'm sure you had some too, of being keenly aware of the divine supervision in our lives. This is one of the main reasons for keeping the Jewish holidays, that instructs us to constantly commemorate Hashem's miracle during the exodus from Egypt, the giving of the Torah, deliverance from the Greeks and from Haman and his henchmen, etc. Do we believe in miracles that we ourselves have experienced? Emunah is not only vital for living in Israel, but it's also the main principle of life in general. As it states, Habakkuk came and established the 613 mitzvot upon one. As it states, the righteous person shall live by his emunah. And this is from the Habakkuk, the Pasuk, and this is from the Gemara Makot 24a. Yet the Israelites, during that journey in the wilderness, struggled greatly with their emunah. Although they had experienced Hashem repeated miracles, being fed by the heavenly manna and feeding on the heavenly manna and quenching the thirst from the miraculous well, they expressed their wavering faith through constant complaint and fear of conquering the promised land. In the first chapter of the book of Devarim, in his 36-day monologue, Moshe admonishes the Israelites for the lack of faith in Hashem, their God. And this is what he says. Do not be broken or afraid of them. Hashem, your God, who goes before you, will fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt, before your very eyes, and in the desert where you have seen how Hashem, your God, has carried you as a man carries his son, all the way that you have gone until you have come to this place. But regarding this matter, you do not believe Hashem, your God? So the question is, what is this matter referring to? So one possibility that it's referred to all the miracles that Hashem has done to the Jewish people, how he took us out of Egypt, just like a father carries his son. And this is based on an Or Chaim, based on a Zohar. And there is a mashal in a Zohar, basically about a child that's sitting on the shoulders of his father. And he's meeting a stranger and he's asking a stranger, where's my father? Because he's sitting on his shoulders, he don't see his father. And this is and sometimes it's like that in our life too. We don't realize that Hashem is carrying us through everything all the time. He's there with us in everything, in every challenge that we go through. So in order to enter the land of Israel, we really need to strengthen our Emunah. According to Rashi, this matter is specifically about the land of Israel, the promise to bring them to the land. And also, Rabbi Natan of Breslov has a beautiful piece in Likutei Halachot, Hilchot Chol HaMoed, Shomer Zachar 4, and loosely translated like this, my translation. Parashat Devarim is replete with words of rebuke for the Israelites, causing their own delay to linger in the desert for 40 years. This was due to the sin of the golden calf and the sin of the spies who blemished Emunah. As it states, but regarding this matter in our pasuk, you do not believe Hashem your God. The main tikkun, rectification for entering the land of Israel, is Emunah. This is the strength of his work he related to his people to give them the inheritance of nations from Tehillim. Since the entire earth belongs to the Almighty, he created it and gave it to whomever he deemed proper. It follows that when he wishes, he gave it to them, and when he wished, he took it away from them and gave it to us, says Rashi on the very first pasuk in the Torah. Due to the Israelites' lack of emunah in this principle, they caused a delay in entering Israel. This brought about a destruction. This lack of emunah also brought about the destructions of the temples, and it strengthened the other side to expel the Jewish people from our land. To this day, the nations still say, "You are thieves," by taking hold of the land of Israel. Israel's blemished emunah in Hashem's justified power to give us the land of Israel empowers their claim. All the exiles and destructions are caused by the Israelites' lack of emunah. And our lack of emunah in the right to the land of Israel. Therefore, we read Parashat Devarim with Moshe's rebuke about this matter, Devarim 132, the Shabbat before the 9th of Av, when we mourn for the exiles and destructions of the temples. The following Shabbat, we read Parashat Vayetchanan to draw down the immense gift that Moshe granted us through his numerous prayers to come to the land of Israel. We see today the current Aliyah surge. It indicates that more and more people are beginning to believe in our deserving land of Israel. This will, with the help of Hashem, silence the malicious claims against our inherent right to the promised land. Only through Emunah can we succeed. To succeed in anything, we must believe in what we're doing. By strengthening our Emunah in Hashem, we can learn to believe in whatever Hashem guides us to do. Without this Emunah, we'll be unable to achieve the desired result. For example, when I first started doing my annual juice fast, it didn't work because I stopped believing 100% that the juice fast was good for me. I wasn't in a supportive environment. My husband, the doctor, doesn't believe in juice fast, and people were telling me that I looked horrible. I became more and more doubtful, and this lack of Emunah affected my immune system, and I contracted an ear infection. In subsequent years, I've learned to protect myself from negative comments of others and believe in the efficiency of my annual juice fast to cleanse my body. Baruch Hashem. With this positive attitude and Emunah in what I was doing, what I am doing, actually, I have experienced amazing results. Whenever we're on the way to holiness and achieving great achievements, the doubts of the other side attempts to confuse us and make us lose our connections with Hashem and Kedusha. So EmunaHealing can help you. It's all about Emunah. To succeed in EmunaHealing, it is vital to believe in the power of spiritual healing. Even if we are beginners and our work is only 40% accurate, we still need to believe in our ability to channel Hashem's healing power. Gradually, very gradually, we learn to become more accurate and our channels become more and more pure. Okay, so now get ready for the meditation. EmunaHealing exercise for tuning into Hashem's perpetual protective presence. Settle yourself in a beautiful, comfortable place where you can be alone with yourself and with Hashem. Breathe deeply and become aware of your thoughts. Do you have fears and worries that suck your energy and weakens you? Allow these fearful, worried thoughts to surface into your conscious mind. Explore them without judging them. Validate their existence and breathe into them. Whenever we harbor negative thoughts, we're oblivious to Hashem's presence in our life. Remind yourself that Hashem is with you, even within your fears and worries. Envision yourself as a child on the shoulders of your Almighty Father. Until recently, you were unaware that you are riding on Hashem's shoulders. Now breathe into this image of being carried by your Almighty Father, feeling supported and cared for. While continuing to breathe mindfully, recall a potent memory where you clearly felt Hashem's presence in your life. What did it feel like when you became aware of the divine supervision in your personal life? Tune into the feeling of Emunah you had then. Breathe into the Emunah you had when you felt so supported by Hashem, and amplify it. Can you tap into this feeling of faith right now? Now meditate on the miracles you have experienced in your life. As you tune into your personal miracles, imagine turning up the volume of your Emunah as you would turn up the volume of your speaker or phone. Imagine placing the Emunah you experienced in the past into your handbag and bringing it into your present life. Can you superimpose your past Emunah onto your current fearful and worried thoughts? If your Emunah could speak, what would it tell? What would it tell your fears and worries? Give your Emunah its proper voice and allow it to assuage all your fears and worries. You may want to extend this speech into a dialogue between your Emunah and your negative thoughts. Imagine how they would respond to your voice of Emunah, but allow your Emunah to get the last words.